Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Thursday, the 15th of July, comes to you from London. And we start by looking at the dollar index. We see most currencies against the dollar falling. That just indicates a little bit of dollar strength. We are still just bullish above the cloud, but on the whole, we've just been edging higher on the over the last few weeks. So this is the weekly, the daily, and the 60-minute chart, and the corresponding point and figure charts give me a long-term, medium-term, and short-term view of the market. So the dollar edging higher is very much the theme, and that means the euro just sinking lower against that dollar, weaker on that medium-term chart is the key, and we do have a downside target of 2.4%. Against the yen, the dollar is still looking strong, bullish on all three timeframes, just actually falling away a little bit against the yen over the last 24 hours. And the sterling chart we're seeing at 138, just sinking lower against that strengthening dollar in recent weeks. And against the euro, sterling holding its own, getting set to test this April high, but bullish there. Falling a little bit this morning, but and there have been unemployment numbers out which have disappointed slightly, but on the whole, sterling is holding its own. Bitcoin is sitting at $32,500, short-term bearish. The main thing is we don't deactivate this $107,000 target. And if we look at the S&P 500 index, it edged higher yesterday, and the Nasdaq also edged higher. So we are just seeing the markets climbing a wall of worry, if you like. The futures this morning, the S&P future is down slightly. The Nasdaq E-mini future is up a 0.25%, and the VIX volatility has actually increased to 16, but on the whole it has been steadily falling over recent months. The FTSE future is down this morning. The DAX in Germany is down 0.5%, and the CAC 40 is down as well. So we're just still seeing markets holding those bullish trends, even though we're seeing a little bit of a fall away this morning. The Japanese market was down 1.2%. Stronger yen there's had a little bit of an impact, and the Hang Seng was up 0.75%. Shanghai composite was up over 1%, so that's looking strong again. And the Sensex in India continues to edge higher, up 0.6%, and still looking very bullish on the long term with a big upside target there. The Aussie market down 0.25%, has been slightly trending up, but overall the last 4 weeks or so it has been fairly flat, as we see here in the weekly candles. We'll take a look at the energy mix in a minute. We've got soft commodities lower this morning, wheat down just under 2%, and corn down about 0.5%. It has had a pretty bad week, corn, so we are seeing a bit of a fall away there. Gold is edging higher all the time, so that's bullish on the charts. We're seeing a push to 1847 as a target, so bullish on all three time frames. Silver was below the cloud on the short-term chart, but that's also come back, so we're finding cloud support here, looking strong indeed. Platinum also looking stronger as well, and palladium down this morning, but on the whole recovering that big fall that we saw, so just a little bit more volatility. Copper continues to rise, very strong trend there on the long-term copper chart. US 10-year yields falling back, so we are seeing bond yields just seesawing around this 1.3%, so that's quite significant there. And if we look at the bond future in Germany, we're up to 174. So although we're looking very flat on bond markets, until we break below that 170 market on the German bond future, we feel bond markets are going to hold up. Looking at the energy mix now, we've got Brent crude sinking away this morning, down 1.5%. We do have some downside targets. This is my daily and my 60-minute chart, and so that's medium and long-term views, and then daily, 60-minute, and the 1-minute, which is a very short-term chart. So this is where we're talking about today or tomorrow. We're seeing downside targets. So if you're trading short-term, you need those 1-minute charts. Taking a look at nat gas, we're sitting at 367, just holding on here. The trend is still pretty much up, but we do have some downside targets emerging. Coal sitting in the low 90s, still looking very bullish, and we've got targets to 95 there. Emissions, we're down 1.5% this morning, so we've really seen a sell-off on carbon emissions. We are finding support on the cloud here, but looking lower. And if we look at MBP, we're down 1.2% this morning on UK gas, and Dutch gas also lower. Just topping out. Will we continue or will we reverse? That's what we're looking for at the moment. Moves out of these patterns. Last of all, German power is up 0.2% this morning, so that's looking a little bit better. But again, we are still short-term bearish below the cloud. If we go lower, we activate a downside target. Keep an eye on those 1-minute targets on your OTC data. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.